Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Hannah and I'm currently redecorating my bedroom, my main bedroom in my 1800s farmhouse. And today I'm working on the headboard. I'm going to be reupholstering it, and I just finished removing it from the frame. Harrison helped me with that, and we brought it down here into the study. I'm going to work in here, just there's more room to spread out. And this is the fabric that I picked up. I mentioned in the last video that it's like this really pretty light blush pink, just to give a little bit more interest and a tiny bit more contrast between the backdrop curtains, like the room dividing curtains, and the lampshades. And I think this will just give that subtle contrast. the headboard all reinstalled. Really happy with it. I think it ties in, again, more of those like pink tones that we have throughout the room. Some of the lamp over there. It's a bit of that in the carpet, the rug, and there will be that in the curtain. It's the next day. I'm gonna start working on the curtain panels right now, and my plan is to do 5 panels for the wall of windows. That there's 3 windows, and I think the plan is just to kind of like leave them open most of the time, and when we need that kind of like thermal kind of benefit, we'll close them. So I'm gonna just start with 5 and see how that goes, and I can always make more later if I feel like I need more panels. And then I'm just gonna do 1 for the other smaller window, just because though there's that dividing wall of curtains that meets right at the end, right at the edge of the window, and I'm just worried that it's gonna be too much fabric covering that window. I'm following this tutorial that I found on Pinterest, and I'll leave it linked below. And essentially, to get the cottage kind of curtain look, you just need to use shirring tape, which I already used this. I used this for the vanity skirt. This is the same exact product. So this is just, you iron it on, and then it basically creates a gather by pulling the strings on the back. And then there's also maybe tabs is the right word, where you can like attach the curtain rings to this. So it's kind of an all-in-one thing. Hi everyone, it's been a few days since I last filmed. I needed some time just to like figure out what I was doing with the curtains, and kind of test one out and see how it went before I like actually recorded the process. Hopefully it will be a little bit informative for you. This is actually the second panel that I made, and it's going pretty well. They're lines, and I have the shirring tape on here as well. The first one, I made a slight miscalculation with the lining fabric measurement, and it's a bit shorter than I would have wanted. It's fine. It's like it doesn't affect the curtain at all, but I had like a desired length in mind, and I just cut it too short, and then this one ended up being a little bit too long. So this is my 3rd one now, and I think I've got it pretty much ironed out. Step 1, you want to measure, or whatever size you want your curtains to be. I want mine to go from the ceiling to the floor, and that measurement is 88 inches. So it was 89 actually. Our floor / ceiling has a slope, so one end is 89, the other end it's like 88. So I'm going to add 10 inches to that measurement because I want 5 inches for the top hem and 5 inches for the bottom hem. So that gives me a total measurement of 99 inches. And what I'm going to do is just measure out along the width of the fabric 99 inches and mark it with a pencil. And then I'm going to cut along those marks to get my 99-inch panel. Okay, step 2, I have the fabric on the ironing board, and I'm going to measure and mark along the top width of the fabric. This will be the top hem at 2.5, 5, and 7.5 inches. And those are basically the guides for where I'm making the hem and where I'm folding the fabric. So let me do that. Okay, so once that's done, I'm going to do the same thing on the sides of the curtains, but I'm just gonna do like maybe like 8 or 10 inches down in length. The reason why I'm doing this is so that I can get set up to do the mitered corners. The sides I've just been doing a 2.5-inch hem, so I'm just gonna mark at 5 inches on the fabric from the edge, and then fold that up, and that will be a 2.5-inch. Step 3, I have the iron on high this is a cotton, so I have it on the highest setting. And I'm gonna use my guide marks, the pencil marks that I made, to start folding and creating the hem. to do the mitered corner, so this is what it's looking like. You can see I folded the top hem and the side hem. The side hem is overlapping the top one, so if I fold this back. And what I'm gonna do is take a pin and I'm going to put it in the very tip of that corner, just along the side there. And that's gonna tell me where I need to fold the fabric. So put that back down. I'll unfold the hem now completely. Go back to the beginning. And I'm gonna take the corner and fold it in and line it up so that where that pin is sitting is at the edge of that fold right there. And it should look pretty square as well. Quick press. And then I can start folding it back, that hem back up. So I do the top hem. And now you'll see that is a mitered angle right there. And then I fold the side hem up to meet with the other curtain, the top hem. And there you have your mitered corner. So I'm gonna just finish pressing the entire top hem, and then I'm going to go in with hem tape to secure it down, and I'll come back once I finish all of the hems and do a ladder stitch along this mitered edge here just to keep it together. At the bottom hem right now, and I'm going to, I already did the mitered corner, and this one will just be, the bottom will be slightly different just because we're gonna put a weight in this bottom corner. So I just take the weight and a little bit of hem tape and put that on top like that. And then just in this very corner, in this mitered corner, I just tuck it in there, and then I fold that back and come in with the dry iron. Just cut the lining fabric, and I'm going to get one more measurement from the panel itself, and I'm going to measure from the selvage edge here, this like white strip that runs along both sides of the lining fabric and is on the back here, you can see it, and I'm going to measure from the edge of that on this side to the edge of that on the other side. It's 49 inches. That's actually the same measurement I had with the other panel. So I have my lining fabric here, just measured, it's 55 inches wide. I'm going to take 55 minus 49, which is 6, and then divide that by 2, which is 3. So the side hems on the lining fabric will be 3 inches each, and then I'm going to do 1 inch for the top and the bottom. I have the panel here on the cutting board laid wrong side up. I'm going to put the lining fabric on top of it with the right side up and kind of get it lined up here. Just going to go in with the hem tape and the iron and attach the lining fabric to the panel at the top. The last step is to apply the shirring tape. I'm just gonna follow the directions on the package and apply it to about like I think the top of the the top of the lining fabric. Here's the finished panel. I'm not going to tie off the string on the back yet. I'm just going to wait until I can get it to match the other panels. Are the curtains, and I'm just kind of laying out all the rings as I go, and so I'm doing about 5 per panel. I think that should be enough. I didn't really test it, but I'm just kind of winging it, and all I'm doing is these little like teacup hooks unscrew, and I'm just using like the little teacup part right there and looping it through the loops that are on the shirring tape. It's the next day, and yesterday you saw me hang that curtain over there, and it's looking really good, but I think I need to add more curtain rings across each panel, so I'm going to work on that. Today we're going to hang the curtains and kind of style the bedroom. Basically, it's done. We have to do a few extra things, but we can kind of do those along the way. And my general philosophy as well is that a room is never finished, so we're just gonna keep, working on it, chipping away at it. So I mentioned that we have to get a screw yesterday, and right now it's currently icing, and the driveway's covered with ice, and the car's covered with ice, so we're not gonna go anywhere today. We're just gonna try to wrap up the bedroom. We do need that screw, but we can probably get it tomorrow, and then just add that, but the curtains will still function without it, so we'll be okay for now. But the other thing is I wanted to get like sunny shots of the bedroom because that's like my favorite lighting in here, and so I'll show you what it looks like at the end of this afternoon when we're done kind of finishing the bedroom, putting it together. But I might add some clips on like Tuesday maybe of we're supposed to get some sun, so hopefully I can get some shots of it when it's sunlit. So I just ran around the house and basically shopping my own house for decor for the bedroom, and I just made a small collection of things that I'm thinking about using in the space, and I'll show that to you now. Okay, the bedroom looks a bit like a mess right now just because we're doing the laundry, changing out the sheets, but here's my collection of things. So I'm gonna definitely keep this basket in here, and it's always been in here, and I would really like to get a potted plant for the room. I'm not really that great with houseplants, so we'll see how it goes. I can give it another try, but I'm thinking like a potted geranium, but I probably wait to do that until the summer. So for now I'm just gonna have that basket on the dresser. And I brought these silver taper holders. They actually have glass hurricanes for them that goes on the inside here, and they're about that tall, but one of them broke, so I only have one, so I'm just going to use these as regular taper candles, and I think they'll look nice in here. I'm going to try them out. I think I'm definitely going to use this vase, this cloison vase that I think I got this year or maybe late last year. I'm gonna have 2 of them. but I think I like this one better for this space. I have this Polish pottery box with a lid that I kind of like too. I also got this basket a few months ago at IKEA, just as like a catch-all thing for a nightstand or the dresser maybe. So I think I'll use that as well. I have a few art pieces that I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about this one. It's kind of pretty, but it has lots of yellows in it, and I'm just not sure about it. I also have this pansy painting, but I don't think it's, oh, actually that kind of looks nice. I'm not sure. I'm gonna just basically move around the room and test them out and see what I like. And then I also have this painting that I did, and I DIY'd this frame for it, and I don't know, I still like the painting, but I don't know if I love the frame. So we'll see about that one as well. I do like the red accent, I guess. I also have this jug that I think would just be really pretty on a nightstand. And a few more pieces of art. I have this one that's like a engraving of Putney, England, I think. I just thought that was pretty cool, and I liked the pink detail. I've had this one for like over a year, and I've never hung it anywhere, so I'd like to use it. And I have this one too that is really cool engraving. That's called, I think it's called Ghost Story, the Ghost Story, which is kind of cool. And this one has a little bit more blue and silver vibes going on. And then I have this painting as well that I thought about using up here, and I ultimately didn't. So that's an option as well. So this is my little decor haul from home. I'm gonna just move around and test things out and see what I like. put a poll on my Instagram to see which one you liked better, this one versus the other painting. And the other painting actually won by kind of a landslide, so I think I'm gonna go with that one. But I still think this painting is gonna look really good in this room, and I'm actually thinking something like this right here, and maybe not right now because I feel like it's kind of just floating there on that dormer right there. And I had planned on doing like a little armchair for this corner, and I just didn't have the brainwidth or capacity to do that right now. But I think a cute little armchair in this corner with the painting, this engraving above it is going to be so cute and pretty. So I'm gonna just save this and hang it up when we get a chair for that corner. I'm very pleased to say that the main bedroom makeover is complete, and I have had so much fun on this journey decorating this room. It's been probably like my favorite room that I've ever decorated, and I just loved being just so creative and just using my hands, and it just was such a lovely experience. And if you've watched me through this whole makeover, thank you so much for following. And if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and there will be more kind of makeover and renovation content coming soon. There are a few things that I still want to do in the room. Like I said, I don't really think that a room is ever truly complete, so there's still a few things I want to do. Number one, throw pillows for the bed. I had already planned to get some, but the ones that I wanted were pink, and then I changed my mind on the headboard, and now the headboard's pink, so I kind of want something a little different. I think I found them, the ones that I want, the perfect ones, but I gotta order them. It's gonna take like a month. They're gonna be made to order, so I'll update you when those come. And then I need to do a little bit of work with the curtains still. I need to steam them and help with the memory of the fold so that it kind of holds its shape near the bottom. It actually looks really good right now. It's really not that bad, but unfortunately my steamer just broke today. It's not working for some reason, so I might need to get a new steamer and kind of sort that out. I also need to get that double threaded screw for the curtain rod, and I can do that this week, and that'll just be like a quick easy thing to do. And I also mentioned about getting an armchair for the corner. Like, I had originally planned to do that, but I just, you know, I think I just needed a smaller scope for this round of renovations, so I'll just keep my eye out, and if I find something I like, I probably will be buying a secondhand armchair or something like that and then reupholstering it myself, just because that just seems to work out the best for me. And I love that I can get something customized, and I don't think I'm too bad at upholstery, but we'll see. And what else? I think that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go back and see if I have any clips of what the room looked like before. I realized I didn't really do a great job with that, so the next makeover I'm going to make sure to get more before clips. So I'm going to show you those if I have them, and then I will show you the final reveal. And there might be a brief pause in my videos because I might just need like a bit of a break and kind of like get all my ducks in a row, working on the next few projects. So I might have like a small break between videos, but I will be back shortly.